If you're in the European Union, you could soon lose access to Facebook or Instagram. Meta warned about it recently. NTD's Evelyn Lee asks why Meta would even think about exiting such a big market.
People based in Europe might lose access to Facebook and Instagram. Meta said it would pull these platforms out of the EU if it can't transfer user data back to the US. But is that really enough reason to give up such a big chunk of its market? Daniel Castro is the vice president at the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation. He says Facebook needs to transfer data for its basic services, like connecting friends in different parts of the world.
Maybe one in the United States and one in Germany, and they want to, comment on each other's pages or send messages to each other on WhatsApp or like another's post on Instagram. This is data that's still being transferred transatlantically.
But what do these platforms know about you?
Social media platforms know about the users' likes, dislikes, the type of content they're interested in. Most of the time, they also know when the person is vulnerable, when it's feeling depressed or happy.
The EU's data protection law called GDPR was put into place in 2018, but many are still not sure what it means exactly. The EU struck down another privacy pact that regulated intercontinental data transfers, and regulators have been stuck since. But besides big tech, this affects many more businesses.
Let's say there's a company headquartered in Chicago, and they're trying to, hire someone who's based in Paris. They can't do that because they can't send the HR information back to their headquarters in Chicago.
And many businesses are trying to comply but aren't able to because of the way regulators interpret the law. Just recently, an Austrian court ruled that the use of Google Analytics was illegal. So NetDoctor, a website that works like millions of others, as well as the European Parliament's COVID-19 testing website, breached GDPR.
You could say that every business is in compliance and no business is in compliance because it really depends on what the regulators say.
The existing statutes make it almost impossible for them to adhere to the law by letter. Now, whether or not the regulators come down on them remains to be seen.
Kevin Curran is a leader of the Cybersecurity and Web Technologies Research Group at Ulster University and co-founder of an encryption service. He says with huge fines in case of GDPR breaches, Meta is looking at its bottom line. Nevertheless, Meta pulling out of Europe seems unlikely to him.
I just can't see Meta pulling out. It would literally halve their market size overnight as such. So
he says it's more likely about politics. Meta owns some of the most used social media platforms in the world, and Curran says lawmakers are wary of that. Evelyn Lee, NTD News.